Nancy Pelosi really stepped in at this time after parading so-called dreamers around as political props. Too bad for her, things immediately backfired as James Woods made her eat every word. Democrats are about as short-sighted as they come. All they want is to pretend to appease as many people as they can in hopes of raking in the maximum number of votes. Unfortunately, their self-serving agenda usually consists of policies that would actually hurt the American people. Of course, they don't care about that because all they want is another term, another few years to take advantage of the people who voted them in and more time to stuff their own pockets with boatloads of cash. Even worse yet, that's why they're trying to recruit non-citizens to vote for them as well. That's what they're doing in their push for amnesty. After all, if someone allowed you to cut to the front of the immigration line, skip the waiting, and saved you thousands of dollars, wouldn't you vote for those people instead of the ones demanding that you abide by the law right now? The left is focused on guns, hoping to use the emotion stemming from the recent events in Florida for political gain. However, it's only a matter of time before focus shifts to amnesty for illegal aliens again. In fact, it looks like that may already be the case as Senate Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi just dragged Dreamers out as political props once again. Come to find out, the liberal wingnut had apparently forgotten all about her potential vote farm and is suffering at the hands of her own constituents right now. In all, they've been whining about her lack of focus on amnesty as she's only had her eyes on guns these days. In order to try to quell the backlash, Pelosi took to Twitter and dropped quite the doozy. Dreamers have proven their dedication to our American community more times than anyone can count. These young Americans deserve to live with stability without fear. Dream Act now, she wrote. Of course, most people know a career politician trying to appease their voters when they see it, but that's the least of Pelosi's worries today. As it turns out, James Woods just showed up to the party, as the Daily Wire reports, and the California congresswoman likely isn't laughing after the brutal hammer he just dropped on her. You abandoned them, Woods replied. You were offered deals and abandoned them. You played politics with their lives. Now go find other ways to cheat at elections. Of course, Woods is never one to mess around, but this is a new kind of calling it like it is. No regrets, no prisoners. Democrats just keep losing these days. It's no wonder they're looking for a new source of voters. However, Americans with common sense saw through Pelosi's stunt with ease. As one would imagine, it wasn't long before they too joined in on the against the leftist. In the end, James Woods is exactly right, Democrats were given every chance in the book to make a deal happen for Dreamers. Heck, President Donald Trump even allowed them to bring in 1 million more people than those protected by DACA. However, they wanted to play politics instead. Greedy Democrats tried to get more than what they were entitled to and more than what the American people wanted to give. Showing the world that they didn't mind sacrificing human beings to stick it to the opposition, the left ultimately abandoned the same people they claimed to be fighting for. The moment it was no longer valuable to them. This is, and will always be, the legacy of the left. Anyone dumb enough to think that Democrats actually want what's best for this country isn't worth having a conversation with. Even worse, they better get used to the idea of being used because that's all they are to Democrats, a means to an end.